Hey guys, I'm Willbender, and today I'll be going over a topic that a viewer requested of me in the comments down below on another video that I made. This comment comes in from Phone Myat. He writes, "I'd like to see a video on attribute purification and refresh ability type, especially from you. No other channel has done it yet. I really appreciate the way you explain stuff. You are a real dude. I am really surprised you get very few likes. I am just going to assume you are so good that people don't want to share with others." Well, Phone Myat, that is probably the most heartfelt and amazing comment that I've ever received from anybody. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for that comment, and I am more than happy to do this video for you. So let's go ahead and start with the one that sort of covers both of the bases. We're going to be covering the hero purifications. We'll be covering the dragon glass purifications, and we'll probably even go over a little bit of the reforging abilities of like equipment and such. But let's cover this one first. I think this is the one that he most wanted to have gone over. So right now, if you look inside of your hero tabs, you can click on any one of your heroes, go to the bottom right over here where it says attributes, and you can see certain special attributes that would happen if this was your marching hero, or if he or she were stationed within one of your hero positions. In this case, this is a marching hero, so these attributes will go into effect when it's marching with my troops. So you can see here that it has 3 different attributes right now. It can go higher if I were to add more stars on, but for the sake of the video, we'll only go over these 3. And you'll see that I have archer attack, cavalry attack, and infantry defense. Now those may not be the best in slot ones, but as you can see down at the bottom left, it costs 1,000 gold to refresh these attribute types. So that means if I were to hit that button, all 3 of those attributes would go away and would give me a whole new 3. Sometimes maybe it'll keep a couple. It's all very random. But if I were to look at my list of attributes, which is the red lettering underlined here, if I click on that, it can show me all of the different types that I can possibly get if I were to refresh these types. Now the very dark yellow here are stuff that it already comes standard with the hero, so you can't re-roll those. Those come standard with the hero. The non-bolded ones, which is basically all of these, from max march size all the way down here, are the possibilities and the max amounts you can get from these purifications. And I'll show you what I mean by that. If you look at the archer attack, that's 5%. You'll notice my archer attack isn't even 1% yet. You have to hit the purification button at the bottom left to keep getting possible ones. I'll go ahead and do that once for you guys, since it costs me these little recruitment tokens, and I don't want to use too many of them since I want to get more of the stars. But if I were to hit that, you would see that it would be purified to a higher percentage. The archer attack goes up 0.02%, the cavalry attack goes up 0.01%, and the infantry defense goes up 0.03%. So I want to hit the save button so that I can lock in those new percentages. If I didn't like them, I don't have to hit the save button. I can just hit the purification again, and it won't save it. Because sometimes they'll actually go lower, and you'll see them in the red lettering. Let's see if I can get one of those for you right now. And yep, you can see that right now. If I were to save this, I would actually go down in archer attack and cavalry attack, but I would go up in infantry defense. I don't want that, so I'm not going to save that, and I'm not going to buy anything right now. And that is the basic idea. Now, let's say you want to get a certain types of these listed attributes, but they're not coming up for you. And then all of a sudden, you keep hitting that refresh button for the attribute type, and you finally get one that you want. You can actually hit the little lock button on one of these things. I'll go ahead and do that on my archer attack right now. And you'll see that it locks into place. However, the gold amount for the refresh type goes up by 1,000 gold. So now if I hit that refresh button, my archer attack will stay constant. And my cavalry attack and my infantry defense will change to a whole new attribute. Also, if I like my cavalry attack, I can also hit that lock button. And once again, the refresh ability type goes up by a lot of gold. So now it's 4,000 gold. Now my archer attack and my cavalry attack will not change if I hit the refresh button, but my infantry defense will. If I try to hit this, I cannot lock in my infantry defense. So you can only lock in 2, and then you have to hope for the best that you get that. Don't waste all of your gold trying to get best in slot. That's why I have all these. I would have loved to have infantry health. I would have loved to have had some of these other ones. If there's an offensive attack, I would have loved to have had that. Max march size isn't too bad, although I wouldn't go for that. I don't see the offensive attack in here unless I just scroll past it really quickly, and I didn't see. I see the defensive attacks. Those are nice. And no, they do not have offensive attack, unless, like I said, I am vastly missing something. So I have pretty close to the best in slide. Definitely want the archer attack in there. So that is how the hero purification and the refresh attribute types work. Now, the dragon glass kind of works similarly. So if I were to go over here, and I clicked on my dragon glass, and I'll go and click on the one that I've been sort of reforging recently. If I were to hit the purification button right here, you can see that currently I have an offensive attack that is 7.46% and an archer attack that is 10%. Those are pretty good percentages, and I am trying to get higher in my percentage basis. If I wanted to purify it, then I've already locked it. It has the same locking mechanism as the other ones right here. You can see, and the gold goes up and everything. So if I wanted to purify this even further and try and get higher percentages than I have right now with these locked in, I could use 400 gold and do that. If I wanted to replace them, I could do that as well and unlock these. And these would, once again, would be the types of abilities that I'd be getting from my rerolls. So this one I definitely want my archer attack, and I definitely want the offensive attacks. And it shows the percentages that you can get, from the lowest being 2% to the highest being between 12 and 19%, depending on what you're going for. And max march size is 2,000 to 15,500. They're all color coordinated also for what the varying degrees of rarity they are. So like right now I'm working on a higher version of these, and the green down here says that's on the lower spectrum. The blue one is in about the middle of the road, and you see the yellow one there is in about the higher end of the road, because as you see, the highest amount for archer attack I can get is, can't see it, 12%, and I am 2% off of that with this little guy. And all of these have different abilities. So if I were to say I want to work on my hospital capacity one for whatever reason, I could spend 150 gold. Yeah, I want to do it. And all of a sudden, I get these two things. Now, let's say I don't want to keep my wood income, but I want to keep my hospital capacity. I can hit the purification. It'll cost me that much. And look, the hospital capacity stayed the same, but it gave me a different secondary one that I did not lock in. And actually, the hospital capacity went higher, which is nice. So let's say I wanted both of those. I could replace. And lo and behold, if I were to scroll out, you would see that I have kept those attributes that I wanted to keep in the blue here. You just have to make sure that if you want it, you have to hit the replace button. Otherwise, it will not take effect. So that is the dragon glass. So I'll go over one more thing, since I really want to make sure I covered everything that he said. He was very polite. Once again, Phone Myat, thank you for the video suggestion. If I go over to the blacksmith section, I could go over here and I could hit this reforge button if I had a certain stone. Now the stone is like a reforging stone. It kind of looks like a black to purple obelisk. If I can find a picture, I will find it. But it actually kind of looks a little bit like this black stone here. It looks a little bit like that black stone. But if let's say I have something like one of my Arctic pieces, which I'm going to find for you guys, and it has that blue lettering there. That blue lettering is a specific ability that is possible to get when you are forging your equipment. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if I were to go over here to my equipment sets, and no, I'm actually there, and I click on this, you see the random abilities here. If I were to use if I use the standard base for all of these, I have a 50% chance to get a random ability, a 5% chance to get a second random ability, and a 1% chance to get a third random ability. Now, if I were to hit this 1 times button right below this lock, and it increases the amount of resources I would need, then you see the random possibility to get those attributes goes up, all the way to 100% if I were to add 250 aura stones, 5 of the coal, 5 of the cobalt, and 25 of the blueprints. And as you can see, these attributes are really cool. They're actually really good. Imagine getting 3 of the archer attacks. And we did do a test. You can double up on these. You can get double or even triple archer attack. Or the whole troop attack could be triple. That would be amazing, guys. So let's say you get one of those abilities and you didn't like it. If you had one of those blackstone looking things, you can go to your reforge button, and then you could re-roll that ability in order to get a better attribute with a different percentage. So hopefully that is very informative for you, Phone Myat, and for anybody else out there who has questions, please leave them in the comments below. As you can see, I am constantly doing videos for viewers who have suggestions on what they want to know more about the game. So leave it in the comments down below, let me know what you think of this video, and let me know what you guys want to see in the future. And until next time, guys, I will see you on the battlefield.